All right, let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal now, where 9 schools in and around Pietermaritzburg have been damaged by heavy winds, which brought teaching and learning to a halt. The Nhlamba-soka Senior Primary School at Taylors Halt near Pietermaritzburg was one of the schools that was badly hit by heavy winds, which swept through the area. The parents and local leaders are appealing for help. They say they're concerned about the mid-year examination for grade 7 learners, and 3 classrooms were also damaged. Let's now bring in KwaZulu-Natal COGTA spokesperson Senzelwe Mzila. Senzelwe, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. Speak to us firstly about the areas that were hardest hit by the inclement weather and how your disaster management teams are currently responding.
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to the viewers at home. The province of KZN has been hit hard by the inclement weather conditions that we experienced in the last 2 days. In terms of the extent of the damage to public infrastructure, we've had about 68 schools that have been damaged. Our teams are on the ground. They are visiting those schools to complete the verifications. These are done with the aim of ensuring that measures are in place to ensure that these schools receive the support that is necessary. Also, across the province, we've also had large blackouts or large-scale electricity outages, which the teams from KZN COGTA are working closely with ESCOM to ensure that communities are brought back online. These teams are working hard, and as the weather conditions improve, this is also making it easier for these teams to gain access to some of these deeply rural communities that don't have electricity right now as a result of the weather conditions.
I'm struggling to hear you, Senzelwe, but let's see if we can press on. I mean, thankfully, there have not been any serious injuries reported. We do know, of course, some learners were injured yesterday, but they were taken to hospital. But there's also been extensive damage to property, especially the schools. I mean, some districts reporting over 30 schools damaged, and several roads, as you've been saying, have been closed. What is the latest on the school front, especially as more and more of the parents are calling government for help?
Yes, in terms of the schools that have been affected, my apologies, there have been about 68 schools that have been affected across the province. Our teams are on the ground. The MEC for COGTA, Reverend Senzelwe, is working closely with also the MECs of other departments to ensure that relief is provided where it is needed. The MEC has commended the teams for their swift response. We are also working together with social partners where we've got communities that have been badly affected. Now, one of the most affected areas is in the Ogu district, where 38 schools have been badly damaged. Also, a number of households as well within the Ogu district have had very, very severe damage to their houses. Teams are on the ground together with social partners and sister departments to provide relief to those communities.
Just speaking about the possibilities of more inclement weather, what is the situation at hand now in as far as the South African Weather Service is concerned? I mean, yesterday they issued a level 4 warning for damaging winds and waves along the coast of KwaZulu-Natal. What are you hearing in as far as that is concerned?
Well, in terms of the Weather Service, the reports we've gotten from them, we should not be experiencing any further inclement weather conditions leading up to the weekend. But you will note as well that this is winter season for KZN. What it means is that the temperatures will continue to decline. And also, we do know that we could be expecting within this season, these incidents could occur, these cut-off low-pressure systems. We do expect them, and that is why the MEC for COGTA, Reverend Senzelwe, has put contingency plans in place. And we are seeing those plans right now bearing fruit. We are seeing social partners on the ground, and we are seeing communities being provided relief and rebuilding back their lives. We are also seeing closer collaboration with sister departments. We are seeing also interventions whereby the residents that have lost their crucial documents are now able to go and request those from the various departments in terms of their rights.
It's very comforting to hear that you're seeing some form of, cooperation with various stakeholders, and you're seeing those plans bearing fruit. Because, we know that KwaZulu-Natal is a known disaster area. You're still recovering from a number of disasters in the past few months. Speak to us about how the funding that was injected by the national government is assisting in some of the recuperation.
Yes, the Department of National COGTA has played a very crucial role in assisting the province through the National Disaster Management Center. There has been funding that was released a couple of months ago, specifically for disaster response across the province. Now, this funding went to deep rural communities, deep rural municipalities, where they could repair things such as access roads, things such as infrastructure, community halls, infrastructure that brings water. So it was a timely intervention that was done by National COGTA, and the department continues to work closely through the provincial government with national government to ensure that support is provided where it is needed.
Senzelwe, thank you so much for that update. Let's leave it there for now. That is KwaZulu-Natal's COGTA spokesperson, Senzelwe Mzila, of course, just giving us a sense in terms of the damages to some of the buildings and particularly of concern schools in KwaZulu-Natal following the inclement weather and the high gale force winds.